Last week on Thursday, January 15th, we did send out an email to all of our members with a survey regarding your thoughts on the dental school. I'm Executive Director Kevin Robertson, and this is the KDA Video Minute for Friday, January 23rd. Before we really jump into the meat of the Video Minute today, I want to remind everyone to take a look at your mail that you would have received earlier this week. If you hadn't already paid your dues online, you should have received a due statement for 2026, a paper due statement if that's what you're waiting for. We'd really appreciate you getting your 2026 dues paid and in so that we can continue to provide services to you in 2026. Well, the Kansas legislative session is in high gear. It's the second full week of the session, and today is the hearing on the Medicaid issue in the Senate Ways and Means Committee. Again, remember, we're part of a partnership to increase our Medicaid reimbursement rates for our dentists. Last year we got about $4 million state money. We're looking for another $12 million this year, which will get that reimbursement rate a little closer to, if not equal to, commercial reimbursement rate. For those of you who will provide testimony on that issue later today, we appreciate your diligence and your participation in making that legislation happen. For those of you who have provided testimony on that issue or contacted members of the committee via email, we certainly appreciate your efforts as well. Of course, earlier this week on Tuesday, I hope that you all saw that we did send a text legislative alert to all of our members to alert them to both the Medicaid hearing that we've just talked about, as well as the fact that Senate Bill 33, a bill to ban community water fluoridation, has been introduced. That bill, Senate Bill 333, was introduced in the Senate Committee on Federal and State Affairs. That's where it is right now, and we're waiting to hear or see if it will have any type of a hearing. We certainly appreciate everyone's support or opposition, if you will, to that bill as we try to keep that bill kind of down this session. Since the bill was introduced by the chair of that committee, we do expect that there will be a hearing at some point this session. I also would like to make everyone aware that it is an exempt bill. So if you remember from past years, as we go through the session, at different times there are some deadlines and bills become dead because they don't meet certain deadlines. This bill is exempt. It will not have any of those deadlines. It will remain as an active bill throughout the legislative session. I want to give everyone a heads up that we will be trying to utilize a new legislative alert system. It's a system called Quorum that will go out to our members. We're going to use that in this fluoride fight. We're working with another organization that uses that system. CareQuest Foundation is going to help us with that. Be aware of that. It's an AI-based legislative contact system. You can do it the old-fashioned way as far as contacting your legislators using the talking points we provided, and this will be another resource as we fight to save fluoride in the state of Kansas. I want to emphasize that these types of fights in the Kansas legislature, the fluoride, the increase in Medicaid, what we're going to be doing later with trying to get some reform to dental insurance, and those ongoing issues that come up throughout any legislative session are the reasons why we need you as members of the Kansas Dental Association. We are a stronger voice. We are a stronger organization with you if we're all pulling that cart the same direction under the KDA banner. So again, appreciate your support of the Kansas Dental Association and thank you for being involved this year. Well, with all this talk about the legislature, just not quite 2 weeks from today, on Thursday, February 5th, is our annual Legislative Dental Day. That's a day that will invite all of you to come to the Capitol. We'll get together in the morning. We'll talk about those legislative issues, what's going on in the legislature. We'll all march over to the Capitol. We'll talk to our legislators. We'll get a chance to see what's going on with that legislative process. And you can all be part of helping the KDA and dentistry in general move the agenda forward with regard to all these issues that we've been talking about. We hope that you will use the registration link in the e-news and participate in Dental Day 2026. We hope that you noticed both earlier this week on Wednesday, you would have received an email again from the Kansas Dental Association specific to this issue, and then last week in the e-news, an announcement that we are now endorsing Gargle. Gargle is a marketing firm that we've endorsed. They do work with website design, search engine optimization, a variety of different things that'll help you, your social media campaigns, and on and on and on. They do have different areas of expertise and different levels of services that they provide, and they also have, kind of a side cart menu that you can use as well. I encourage you to look at Gargle for using them in your dental office. Hope that that's a service that can help you with your practice. For the last year and a half, we've been talking about the possibility of Wichita State University creating creating a dental school. Now that discussion has been Wichita State University in partnership with Fort Hays State University to create a dental school. There is a feasibility study that they are working on in order to determine what that might look like. The thought is that they would probably come back to the legislature next year to ask for funding if the feasibility study proves to be worthwhile to move forward. Last week, on Thursday, January 15th, we did send out an email to all of our members with a survey regarding your thoughts on the dental school. That was at the direction of the Board of Trustees. We'd like to get some input to help formulate our position on that. Right now, the Kansas Dental Association does not have a position on the creation of a dental school, but we think there may be a time where we need to decide. Please take a moment to complete that dental school survey. And finally, a week from today is the Kansas Mission of Mercy in Manhattan, Kansas. It will be our 25th Kansas Mission of Mercy. That is incredibly hard to believe, but we will be January 30th and 31st in Manhattan at the National Guard Armory out at 721 Levee Road. That's on the east side of town. It's the same place we've been the last couple times we've been to Manhattan. Hope you can be there. We're always looking for more dentists to participate as we serve the people of Manhattan and certainly the surrounding area. So we look forward to seeing you next week at the Kansas Mission of Mercy in Manhattan, Kansas. And that wraps this edition of the KDA Video Minute.